Hey guys, Ken here, and today I just want to say first off, thank you guys so much for being patient. Sorry for the hiatus, but I'm back, baby. I'm back, YouTube, and I wanted to share with you guys a segment from my Twitch stream. We do this every single Wednesday, ISO Community Wednesdays, in my channel, where we discuss a faction. And for this one, we talked about Axemen. This team is a brand new team in the game, and they are so fun. I unlocked Jubilee on this first go around as well, so we got to do some testing with them, and ISOs are going to be important for them, but even without ISOs, this team just wrecks. So hopefully you guys enjoy this segment. And if you guys do, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys. Yeah, it's a lot of people that you almost want as a striker. I think I'm going to keep you as a striker. I think I'm going to try you as a skirmisher. And I think I'm going to give you more health because you have no stars. Let's give you a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna do skirmisher initially on him. I'm gonna try raider on Iceman, but I think we might have to go skirmisher. And then going at least level 3 skirmisher on Iceman can remove the positives too. I made him level 2, but then I can clear up positive effects too if I were to make him a level 3 skirmisher. So for that reason alone, the turn order almost doesn't matter with the team because you end up depending on what happens. If you're going up against a faster enemy with Bishop, he may go first. But if he doesn't, he still goes third. No matter what, he always goes before Jubilee goes in the turn order. Whether he goes first or third, it almost doesn't matter because he's going to be landing that vulnerable. And once again, Jubilee only has a 50 or a 70% chance to apply blind. So if you do make her a striker, technically, if she didn't land blind the first go around, you have a second time for her to land that blind on the second go around. With that being said, I know Beast has been healer for most people. I still like his basic to remove those 2 positive effects. So I can keep him, I think, as a striker for now. But then that would take the vulnerables away that I need from Jubilee or Kitty Pride. And if Kitty's already clearing positive effects with the basic, maybe I do make him a healer. I'm gonna play it out in slow-mo so we can check this out. But this is the first team that I'm looking at that I think you can get away with running different ISO compositions, almost depending on who you're facing to at that. And then I wonder if this is the optimal lineup too. At times I think Beast can go in the middle and then Kitty can go back here. Then Bishop's taunting right now with the taunt. Technically both of these guys are a little bit more vulnerable to get attacked by any initial like adjacent attacks as well. So I might move this team around too. Let me do this over here. Like, I'm almost okay with having Beast be right in the middle. Because right now he's my chunkier character out of all of them. And then he's gonna taunt from the beginning. So let's do this. Alright, and then furthest away from it is Jubilee and Iceman as well at that. I can almost put Jubilee in the middle too, but I think this is fine. Alright, let's try that. Alright. What are you guys running on ISOs on Axeman? I guess we'll take a look at this, but what are you guys running on Bishop? I'm currently on this meta, or I mean not on this meta, but on this team. What I'm gonna try out initially, I think he can be a striker as well. But like I said, I think he goes first every time compared to her. He's always gonna go first or third. no matter what, he always goes before Jubilee goes, so he could technically always be landing vulnerables for her to take advantage of that, and then at the same time an opportunity to blind the opponent if they didn't get blinded on the first go around. But I also only have 2 skirmishers, so technically if he doesn't go first, he would go first. Striker doesn't do anything on the first turn, maybe second turn, maybe third turn, etc. He'll take advantage of that, but I think we can almost make Beast the healer. If we don't make him a healer, we can keep him as a striker and then make her a healer, but she has a low health pool. She is somewhat speedier too, even though she's the 4th character to go, but she's at 105. Anything over 100, I think it's okay. It's still viable to land heals on the team. So I think we can make one of these guys a healer too on that aspect. Maybe her. I'm almost more inclined to, I don't have to T4 Beast to remove 2 positive effects, but with Kitty Pryde I think I do. And in my case, 5 red stars, 6 red stars, so that's something that I have to consider eventually once I get her up into the stars. So she's gonna be hitting a little bit harder in that aspect, but we're gonna try this out like this. And then I want to try out eventually not having her as a striker. I'm gonna make her a healer too on one or two more battles. All right, so this is at an 8.3. Let's go up against this, guys. No sim, yeah. And I'm gonna slow it down to like one or two. All right, so this team is low enough that he doesn't get to go first on this one. It's gonna be Beast going first, and then I have him as a striker, so nothing really is happening here except for the assist. I almost always like to open for the most part. I know this is a 2-turn move, but I almost like to open with this so that I can gain the offense up. Then you also offense up and defense up a Jubilee for the first go around. So your first attack will have offense up and defense up if you do the special from Jubilee. And I think we're gonna do this. There's the assist. Vulnerable's in place. I have him as a skirmisher, so I'm actually gonna put this other vulnerable on this end, I think. Although she'll remove that one, so maybe I can stack vulnerables here, but I think he's gonna die. Another assist. That's the thing about this team too. They assist every turn too. And anytime he gets called for an assist, another vulnerable lands on that aspect over there as well. Alright, if I do this, I made her a striker, so she should go back, right? She's a striker. There's the assist attack, and then one more attack on her end as well. And I do like her as a striker, but we lost that vulnerable. So, striker here. One more assist again. And then see, blind happened then there on the second attack. Because of course I didn't do a basic on the first one. So once again, making her a striker, even if you do like the old or you're doing the special, when she hits again, you still have an opportunity to line the blind, which you can't really do that with Bishop no matter how you look at it. And I think that's something to think about. I think that almost guarantees her as the striker for the team. Because yes, you can do more damage, but you're saving yourself from any damage being given from this character by blinding him as well. And I think that's more optimal than just the higher damage from Bishop. So even though they're interchangeable, I think it's a waste if you don't make Bishop Skirmisher and you don't make Jubilee a striker. I'd rather have the opportunity to blind no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, even if I didn't do the basic with Jubilee, I'd rather she attacks again and lines a blind on the opponent. Here's the assist, so she's gonna be assisting, hopefully blinding, and actually ends up killing her. So see, once again in this one, and I know Wolverine's probably gonna die, but if we had vulnerable on Wolverine, then special happens and then she attacks again and blinds. So I think with the turn order and against most cases, it does make sense to make her the striker in this team. I wouldn't make her a skirmisher. You would waste, first of all, if you make her a skirmisher, you will waste a first initial attack. And once again, I do like her special, I do like her ult. With Bishop, you're not going to be doing a lot of basics, just because that ult is a 2-turn, right? I believe. Yeah, it's a 2-turn. Blast from the Past is a true 2-turn move, so you're going to be going between both of these guys. So the only time you're ever going to really see beam shot happen is if you're trying to clear counter on an opponent, for the most part, right? When you assist, you're not gonna gain a counter. It's not there as an option in msf.gg. Let me go to it. When he assists, that doesn't happen. You clear the counter when you assist, however, but you don't gain the counter when you assist with him. So I think, and it's just pure 210 damage. With Jubilee, it's also 230 damage, but also 50% chance to blind. And then in raids, you're always gonna apply blind. So if you have her as a striker, you're always 100% landing blinds. Even if you ended up doing Plasmoid Party, even if you ended up splitting atoms, you'll always end up blinding the opponent as a striker. So I think I really like Jubilee as a striker for this team. I still think that you can make the case to make Beast something different. I like Iceman as a skirmisher. I want to try him as a raider though. Let's try him as a raider. He just doesn't have a crazy high chance to crit anyways. And I almost feel like I do need the guaranteed. I think skirmisher makes more sense now that I think of it, because of all the chances to get an assist too. So every time these guys go, they get a turn, you're gonna get an assist, and it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't get vulnerable most of the time as a raider, right? Like, you're leaving it to chance. But as a skirmisher, you almost need a couple of skirmishers for the assist to kind of take place and get vulnerable in place. So maybe I'll just keep him as a skirmisher. Even though I want to try him as a raider, you want to keep him as a skirmisher for the assist on turn. And we'll do it again. This is the one that I'm questioning. See, I have to T4 this to clear 2 positive effects from the primary target. Right now, she only clears 1. But Beast attack the primary target for 210 damage, then adjacent targets as well, then flip 1 positive effect into a negative effect on each target. And then when this character performs a counter attack or assist, they flip 2 positive effects to negative effects on each target too as well. So technically they both do 1 positive effect, because that was with assist. Let's try her as a healer. So with this, you gain plus 5% active healing on turn, apply minor regeneration. So that's just on turn. I gained the health both here and there, but on turn, heal the lowest ally for 5% of this character's max health, which once again, it isn't a lot. She doesn't have a large health pool. That's why I'm questioning this. I know someone told me about the passive, but I don't think the passive triggers it. Like, it helps a little bit, right? It helps a little bit. It helps because you gain 10% max health too. Let me do that. You're getting 20% max health. But the active healing doesn't help with the passive. These two are the only ones that are gonna help, and technically you get that from this as well. That's why I don't know if you necessarily want to make her a healer. It almost doesn't make sense to make her a healer, right? I'm gonna try it though. Let's put her as a healer. Let's go again into another fight. What am I going up against? Shield? Let's go up against Shield. So I made her a healer. I kept Beast as a striker. And then I kept Iceman as a striker, so I mean as a skirmisher, so that anytime there's an assist, we have someone actually landing vulnerables. So we have two people right now landing vulnerables in this team, and that's Bishop, which Bishop is good too. Right there. He ended up attacking, counter-attacking, so he got that vulnerable there both times. We're gonna offense up Jubilee again here. Then landing vulnerable on him. Assist from him. So another vulnerable in place. Yep. Do we need to heal here? I made him a striker though, right? So here I'm gonna remove some of those positive effects. Boom. And then he's gonna get to go back and take out one of those offense up too. He went back, and then there goes offense up. He flipped it into offense down. So that's why I think it's a good idea to keep Beast as a striker too, for that same reason right there. All right, with the taunt there, only one vulnerable going into shield security. All right. So the only thing that happens when you make her a healer is, like, you know, there was the active healing, of course, but also she doesn't remove any vulnerables then for Beast and Jubilee to take advantage of them still being on the playing field. Too many strikers and not enough skirmishers kind of situation. I like how Iceman just throws icicles at people. I know. It's pretty funny. All right, then vulnerable here. Once again, I do the ult here, but she's gonna be blinding shield security. Well, or at least attempting to, because she will get to go again. And then the assist from him gets a vulnerable. So no blind on that one. But once again, it's not a guaranteed blind either. Do we need to heal? We need to heal here. I wanted to do it in ×2 speed. All right, let's try and see. We actually landed that disrupted, which I'm actually surprised. One reason why you might want to consider Kitty Pryde as a skirmisher is if you do end up wanting to make her like a level 5 skirmisher for the focus, because she needs it to land those disrupts. But other than that, I think you can keep her either as a striker, or if you want one more person landing skirmishers so that Jubilee and B start taking advantage of them. But all right, we don't have a charge, but we're gonna do this. He's been blinded. Vulnerable here, so assist and then double tap again. Chance for a blind. There goes a blind again. Yeah, I think it's almost like a no-brainer, right? It's almost like a no-brainer. She has to be a skirmisher. I really like this ISO setup for this team. I did myself just asking what everyone thinks. I think it's a good one, but you have to control him, is what I'm saying. Like, if you're running full auto on raids, and if you're making him a striker, 100%. I think the extra damage would be fantastic on this if you make him a striker. But if you make him a skirmisher, or even for the assist, because like I said, this team is going to be assisting every single turn. You might almost want to make every single one of these guys or T4 their basic at one point or another, because all of them are going to be assisted. Even if they don't assist or like they don't hit twice on an attack, due to the assist, it's not a bad T4 to do their basics. So I think you're fine doing that, Trav. But is it like an important one? Yeah, of course. Is it an important one? Like an essential? Probably not, but I'm gonna do it. I'm probably gonna end up T4 in the basics on all of them, especially because I'm gonna be making them like a raid team. So I'll probably T4 all of their basics, to be honest, just because of the assists that are gonna be happening with this team. And then I want to do his passive at 1.2 with taunt plus 10% damage reduction, 50% chance to counter attack as well. I have 4K T4 mats, everything. Yeah, at your point, you might as well just T4 it. Like, I hate to say this, but this team looks like they're gonna be legit for a long time. We had a lot of fun on Monday, I think it was. Today's Wednesday, right? We had a lot of fun taking this team against a lot of different factions. Like, they don't do too bad against Black Order for the most part. Like, if you're controlling Black Order, is a different story. You can wreck this team, but going up against a Black Order team, you can do some damage, especially if you T4 them. Because we did this in balanced PvP, and they did fine. I got a win against a Black Order team doing that. If Black Order was technically like AI, not only Black Order, but you know, against most teams, they seem to feast, man. They're a very big control team. They're a debuff heavy team, and with ISOs too, even scarier at that. So especially with the assist mechanics that they have in place from all of them. So but yeah, this is the one that I'm questioning. I made her a healer. I don't know if I'm gonna be keeping her as a healer. I think another skirmisher or striker might make sense, but if I make her as a striker, then do I make Bishop a healer instead? And I do love his basic, but he can technically do this as well anytime he's assisting. So if he gets called for an assist, when he gets called for an assist, he flips the 2 positive effects into negative effects on each target too. Do they even need a healer? That's the other question. Do they even need a healer? Because man, they got a lot of sustain on their end. But yeah, I could technically make him a healer too. They have some good options, I think, on ISOs on this team. Like, I think striker's fine for him. I wouldn't make him a skirmisher. Like, you're at that point, if you're gonna take advantage of his basic, it's one thing. He is so speedy. Like, he's the first one to go if for whatever reason Bishop doesn't get hit on the first go around. So I'm gonna try it backwards. I'm gonna make him the healer, and then make her the striker, because like I said, she has a very low health pool. And someone told me to still try her as a healer because of her passive, but her passive has nothing really to do with making her an ISO healer, because this is what happens. Again, if Jubilee's an ally on enemy miss or Astonishing X-Men dodge, you heal the most injured ally for 5% of this character's max health, but you can technically gain the same max health making her something else. Like, in level 2 and 4 are the same for all ISOs. So Beast is a good healer. Yeah, he would be a good healer, especially, like I said, I would alternate. If I want to try it like that, I think that would make the most sense. That's how mine is. Kitty striker, Beast healer. Yeah, I'm gonna slow this team down because I haven't. The one thing that I like the most is I definitely think Jubilee as a striker is a win for me, in the sense I don't think I'm gonna change that even if I get higher stars on Bishop. And like I said, great for the assist, But you're probably not gonna be, if you're controlling this team, you're probably not gonna be using this basic too much unless you're actually trying to remove counter on the opposite end. So let's do it real quick. Let's do a fight. All right, so for this one, we change ISOs on Kitty and on Beast. Beast is now a healer. So we got Skirmisher first on Bishop and then on Iceman, which technically this guy would go either first or third. And then no matter what, technically he goes either second or third too, right? At that point, both prior to these two going, which means that it's going to be up to me whether or not I think this is great to have her as a striker. Because I want the vulnerable to still be in place for Jubilee. All right, let's try this. But yeah, I hope you're doing good, Trav. Nice to see you in here. I can't believe you have 4K T4 mats. Trav, you're gonna appreciate this. I'll show it to you after this fight. All right, so he got attacked. We got a vulnerable already on Gamora. And then we're gonna do offense up for Jubilee once again here. We're gonna start with Yondu. All right, the assist comes from Iceman. He has vulnerable. There's vulnerable in place. I made him a healer here, so he got the heal. I mean, Kitty got the heal, but it's okay because there's nothing really positive to remove anyways. All right, and Yondu's gonna be dying here too. We got vulnerable. I'm gonna put vulnerable on Hulk. And then we're gonna actually see if Disruptor lands here. Yeah, it did. Not on Yondu. Alright, and I attacked again because I did make her a striker. I like her as a striker way better than a healer. Alright. He's gonna die, so I'm not gonna get to do that second basic. Maybe on Gamora, so let's go here for the second. But no, never mind, because the assist happens. They're so good, they don't even let me test out the ISOs on them. Alright, and then let's offense up here. This should take care of Wolverine. And yes, I could have stunned Hulk there, but it's the thing about Hulk. He goes there, disrupted, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so I made him a striker. Made her a striker. Since the vulnerable lands, that extra attack happened. And we got charge here. So we're gonna do the ult here for the extra damage plus offense up. Yeah, I think these ISOs work just fine on them. There goes that assist with the blind. Yeah, I definitely like Kitty as a striker a lot more than I like her as a healer. Once again, I don't think her being a healer wouldn't affect her passive anyways, and you can still get that max health from any other ISOs. You can make her a striker, you can make her a skirmisher, etc. 2 skirmisher setup, you can technically do a 3 skirmisher setup, but I think 2 skirmishers and a healer is fine. Jubilee as a striker though, I'm sold on. I think that's what I'm gonna be running from now on. I'm doing well, thank you, boss. Love to hear it, brother. You know I have a lot of love for you. I appreciate you, my guy. But yeah, I think this is gonna be my ISO recommendations for them. Jubilee, first recommendation striker, alternate skirmisher if you're gonna flip with Bishop. But Bishop, I think skirmisher makes sense, and then striker for him as an alternate option. So swap these 2 out if anything. Iceman would be a raider, but since we have the assist mechanic, anytime he assists, I want him to for sure land vulnerable. So and somebody by default needs to be assisting and landing vulnerables, you wouldn't want either one of these two to be your skirmishers because their basics are so good. They both either flip or remove buffs on the other end. So you might want to make, you know, it's alternating who you want to make the healer, but I think Beast is always going to be the better healer out of the two, and he goes first. He's the fastest one out of the two. Like first turn, if you're not making him a skirmisher, you gotta wait for him if you're making him a striker, you know, for second go around, unless you're removing something positive like a taunt or something like that on the first go around. But yeah, healer, alternate, striker, and I'm not liking her as a healer. I think striker at the most. He is skirmisher slash raider if you want to go that route. But yeah, these are my options for ISOs on Axeman, guys. Hope you guys enjoy that.